All right. This is the scoop where we're talking to players all over Europe about their experiences and what's going on playing international football. This segment, this show is brought to you by the Athletes Forum in collaboration with K Noah Sports Apparel. And today we're talking to Kuopio Steelers linebacker AJ Wentland. AJ, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, we just want to talk football. First things first, you're a high profile athlete for us. God damn it! I said it. Notably, one of the best linebackers in Europe in the last two seasons of playing with the Dresden Monarchs. Obviously, GFL didn't happen this year, so now you come on down our way to Finland playing with Kuopio Steelers. Tell us a little bit about like the situation that you had in Dresden before coming here.
Well, it was a little bit crazy. Coming here was a very spontaneous thing, and the Steelers welcomed me with open arms, and it's been awesome. You know, they're a really tight knit, family oriented group, and I'm really grateful for that. And when I was in Dresden, you know, the team was very optimistic to play, and I appreciate that, and I was excited as well. And they're actually having an exhibition game at the end of September here, so that'll be kind of fun. Hopefully, at the end of the season, I can get back there and maybe play for the one game that they're playing. But Dresden has always had my back, and they've been super supportive throughout the entire process. You know, I had 2 good seasons there, and I couldn't have done it without the other 10 guys on the field that play with me and the rest of my team in Dresden. But, you know, and my coaching staff as well, they've always put me in good positions. And the general manager in Dresden has always helped me out financially and made sure that I was, you know, set to play, and gave me the opportunity to stay there in the off season. So I've actually been in Germany since the end of January of this year. So I was living in Dresden, and then when kind of things went crazy in the beginning of March with COVID, I just continued to work. Fortunately, I never stopped working, so that was good. And then you know, the league continued to kind of push back, and then as soon as the league finally canceled, fortunately, I was in contact with Coach Pekka here in Kuopio, and he was kind of, you know, grooming me and talking to me about he's like, hey, if you want to come, we're ready for you. And I really wanted to, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't, you know, burn any bridges with Dresden. So as soon as the league canceled, I talked about it with my coaches and GM, and they were fully supportive of me playing. So it all kind of worked out perfectly, and here I am. And it's been fun these last couple weeks playing with a good team and good coaches, and it's a really nice city here. So all in all, it's been just a great experience so far.
You got anything for him?
Yeah, I was just about to say, being that the GFL didn't have a season, what do you think personally was the cause for that? Not trying to bring it into political or anything, but a lot of people were surprised that the GFL didn't have a season. So what do you think? What was the reason why, or what did they say the reason was?
I don't know. It's tough. I think there was a few teams who really wanted to play in Germany, and from what I had heard, there was like 5 or 6 teams that were really 100% ready to go, and then there was the other side where there was like, you know, 9 or 10 teams in GFL 1 who didn't want to play, whether it was for financial reasons or just the complications of bringing in imports, things like that. And they couldn't just come to an agreement of, you know, okay, hey, we'll only have a restriction of how many imports we bring, or we only can have 1 American. Or I think that there was issues with that because some teams had all their imports in already and we're just kind of waiting things out. Some teams had no imports. So I think with the GFL, it just came down to, a little bit of politics, and I think a lot of it had to come down to financial issues. And you know, they finally came to the conclusion of holding off for this season, and hopefully they can pick up for 2021 and pick up with full speed. And I think it'll be an interesting year for 2021 for everyone in Europe, you know, to see where all the different players kind of go and where everyone kind of ends up, because obviously now there's players in the Maple League, and I think guys are going to enjoy that process. And we'll see how everything ends up. But like I said, me personally, I've just been super grateful and fortunate to be able to play this year.
I know it's a shortened season here in Finland, and you got in. I think you got here for the second game of the season. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was able to watch the second game, but because of some rules, I signed the ITC a little bit too late, so I ended up having to sit out with Porvo. But it was kind of cool to be able to travel and just kind of be there on the sideline with the guys and get a week of practice under my belt before we played my first game, which was against the Helsinki Wolverines. It was a ton of fun playing. It's always fun playing in Kuopio. The fans are fun and they get loud, and it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I think we had talked to your teammate Cadell King, and one thing that he said about you, he was like, it's totally different when AJ's on the field. Like, there's an energy, because he had been practicing with you guys before you actually got to playing the game, and he was just saying, like, wait till you see what our defense looks like with him on the field. Like, it's just a total different energy and vibe that he brings to the defense that elevates us. And that's exactly what's happened. I'll be honest with you. I've been, following the Steelers the last couple of years. Their defense has always been something I've been like, man, throw that in the trash, because they just can't get it right. And even the season before you got there, the defense had there's what we saw as, issues in the defense. And just your presence, not saying that you're like, all God's gift to players, but your presence has kind of changed that defense. The players that we would have considered, liabilities at one point are playing better than ever. One guy, I'm just throwing him out there because I feel like I don't think anybody else is, but Ronnie Laihane, the DB, I guess he stepped in for Tony Hartikainen, because I see number 23, but I don't see number 10. And number 23 is playing where number 10 usually plays. Like I said, I followed the team, and this dude is balling.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who he was before. And obviously I don't know the intricacies of y'all's defense, but like having guys like that step up is kind of a testament to you and your leadership. But this defense has really evolved this season. What do you kind of give credit to that for, outside of AJ Wentland factor?
Yeah, well, I'm happy that I can bring in another dynamic, and I think the biggest thing is just being positive every day and bringing in a good energy to practice and playing together. I always preach, to the guys that I'm playing with on defense that we're a unit. We're 3 units strong, D-line, linebackers, and DBs, and we all got to have each other's back out there. And I preach that every day, and just having fun. When you're out there playing, whether it's at practice or a game, at the end of the day, it's a game, so we got to have fun together, and we're one unit playing against the other team. So just bringing a good energy to the guys, and just preaching, running to the ball. And fortunately, I have a really, really good group of guys around me that we kind of all feed off of each other, and it kind of makes it contagious. That feeling of laughing while we're playing and running around and just having each other's back and building each other up. You talk about guys like Ronnie, like he's a young guy, and he's been playing really, really well, and it's cool to see that, and just telling those guys like, hey, you're gonna do great, you're gonna be great, and just making them believe in themselves and believe in what they can do and their abilities. And it's kind of cool to see everyone kind of feed off of each other. It's definitely not just me. It's when I come out there, me, Semi, and Goodell, and Max, DeFaustus, and all the Finnish guys as well, Yanni and Ronnie, we all basically feed off each other. Iro, they're all really great guys. So it's been really easy. It's made it easy for me to kind of come in and help be a positive influence, but everyone else kind of feeds off of it, and they build me up as well. So it's been a lot of fun, and I think we have a special group on defense, and it's always fun to have a group of guys like that you can play with.
No, I had a question. If I guess this is more like a advice question. If you had any advice to any young linebackers ready to come to Europe, whether it's Germany, Finland, what's one thing that you would tell them that's outside of maybe being a player? Because I know when I played in the Maple League, I played in the Maple League once, but in Finland for 6 years. I feel like I did more coaching than I did playing.
Yeah.
Is that one of the things that you feel like is being an import player that just comes with the package?
A little bit, yeah, but at the same time, it comes with the way that you approach it, because at the end of the day, coaches coach and players play. So as a player, you can be a leader and you can help lead those people, and everyone has a role on a team. So every year it's going to be a little bit different, you know? So when you come in, you got to kind of find where you're at. And even if you're not that guy who's you know, the guy who's getting the guys going in the middle of the huddle, or the team captain or whatever, you can, you know, be a role player. And if you're that guy who's, you know, a second string DB, just coming in and being positive and competing against that number one guy every day is really important for the team. You know, I think competing at practice is really important, and just having a positive energy no matter what. You know, if you come in and you're kind of moping around, it's going to be contagious, and it's going to feed off, you know, to the next guy. But if you come in, you're smiling, even if you've had a bad day, just kind of leave that all at the door. And when you get to practice, you know, that's the best thing, is you can kind of relieve some stress and be out there with the guys. And it's always a good opportunity. So I think coming out and just feeding off each other and giving each other that positive energy is always good. And you can relate to that with all aspects of life. You know, if you come in and, you know, you have a smile on your face, it's going to be contagious. And just trying to be a good person, I think that's always important. And like I said, it doesn't matter who you are, you can be a leader, you know. So I try to preach that to the other guys as well. You know, we all hold stock in this. You know, it's not just like it's not just coach, you know, telling us, hey, this is what I want you to do, or it's not just, you know, say Max DeFal's just like writing something up on the board and saying, hey, this is what we're gonna run. It's all of us. Like, what do you think that you want that we need to run? You know, giving guys accountability who may not be the star player, but giving them some accountability and give them some, you know, some power in what they think we should run on the defense, or just anything. Yeah, at the end of the day, every day I get the defense to come together and we just tell a joke, you know, not even football related, just, hey, DBs, you guys got a joke today, you know. So just kind of being, you know, brothers out there and having fun. And that's for me, through my experience playing football, that's what you remember, is the brotherhood that you have with the guys out there. It's not the big plays that you make, or, you know, the big games you win. You'll remember that stuff, but with my experience, the best part is having that bond with the guy next to you and the guys in the locker room. Those are the things that you'll remember, you know.
Gotcha. I don't remember anything about when I played. I could take one play from another. I've had people be like, you remember this play? And I'm like, no. But I do remember after the game what we did, and before the game how we stretched. I remember taking some photos with these people. You, like, hit it right on the head. Like, over time, you play this game for so long, the football will fade. But those memories that you guys make. Last thing I want to do before we get out of here, we were talking about this before we started recording. Just want you to kind of give us a little public service announcement for all those players, imports, people involved in football internationally. Tell them a little bit about the benefits of, you know, playing in multiple leagues now that you've went from, you know, playing in GFL, because you see it internationally a lot. There's some guys who they hop around in different leagues, and there's some guys who, I'm in the GFL, I'm not going anywhere else, I don't need to. Just kind of tell us your kind of thoughts on, you know, being able to play in multiple leagues now and seeing how there's differences, both positive and more positive.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been really, really cool to be able to play in Germany and now be in Finland and kind of see the differences and the pros and cons of both. And the first thing that I've noticed is, as soon as I got here, there's a ton of really good talent. You know, there's really good players here in Finland, with the local players, Finnish players, and the import players are really good. You know, everywhere you go in Europe, there's going to be good import players. But the coolest thing that I saw was how good some of the Finnish players are and some of the potential that they have. So as an import player, if you can come to another league and help teach them some things, whether it's, you know, technique wise or just playing football, or just teaching them just things that you've learned from your coaches, you know, is going to benefit another league. But also, on the other hand, you know, playing in different leagues is also really cool to see the different cultures. You know, when you're in Germany, there's a whole different culture than when you're in Finland, or if you go to Italy, it's completely different. And obviously when you're playing, you can travel and kind of pick up some of that culture, but it's so different being able to live in different places. So if you can play and be able to, you know, play a couple seasons here, play a couple seasons there, I think that would be an amazing opportunity. Obviously, you got to take into account, you know, playing football is hard on your body, but at the same time, you know, if you're able to do it and take care of yourself and see new cultures, I say go for it, you know, and you should always take advantage of that situation. And I'm really grateful that, you know, obviously COVID has been kind of crazy, but it's given me the opportunity to come to Finland and be able to see what it's like here. And, you know, in every place there's things that are a little bit different, you know, and, you know, say for example, as an import, you know, you may get meals here, whereas in Germany, you may not have the meals, and that's really helpful. And that's something very small, but just the way things are, you know, here it's a little bit more laid back, but at the same time, that can be good for players who, you know, maybe they're playing a longer career and they need to, you know, make sure that their body is a little bit healthier, you know, and it's just really, really cool to be able to see new places and kind of open your mind a little bit and maybe not get stuck with just one team, because you may get used to that and maybe get burnt out a little bit. And if you get to a new place, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air and kind of meet a whole new group of people. And it may be really good for some people in their personal career. Obviously, some people may land in their perfect home and stay there and have a great opportunity doing that. I think no matter what, if you have the opportunity to play in Europe, you should do it, because it's amazing. You know, for me, it's worked out perfectly, and I'm super grateful for all the opportunities the coaches and GMs have given me here in Kuopio and Dresden, and we'll see what the future holds, because I'm telling you, it's an amazing feeling being able to play, and I think I still have maybe a couple more seasons left. So.
What about the sauna, man? Have you done a sauna in Kuopio
Yes.
yet? Finland, the
love
home of the sauna.
No, exactly. I was gonna bring that up actually. It's been crazy. I use the sauna like every other day. They have a swim hall here, and that's actually included as well. It's really nice being able to go sauna, hot tub, cold tub, sauna, hot tub, cold tub, and just cycle through that. It's so good for your body, and after a game, it's so nice, or after practice, it's nice to just do that. And here in Kuopio as well, like sometimes after practice, we'll just walk right off the field and go in the lake, and the lake's really cold as well. So it's beautiful. It's amazing. And that's an experience that you would never get anywhere else. And for example, yesterday, some of the teammates and we went on a sauna boat actually, which was like a sauna, hot tub, and you could jump in the lake, and it's just a little boat. So like, those are the things that you wouldn't be able to do if you didn't live in another country, you know, and every country has those little things that they can offer, and those are the things that you need to kind of step out of your comfort zone and take advantage of. You know, if you got a teammate who says, hey, let's go fishing, hey, let's go do it, let's go, you know, because it's only gonna make you guys closer off the field, and it's going to make you guys better as teammates on the field. So I'm always the type of person that if I can experience any type of culture, I'm going to take it. So
that's awesome, man. All right. We've had a good little chat. I don't know what happened to Q. He just not here anymore. He was here, now he's gone.
Oh, is he gone now?
Yeah, like he's not on the call. Like, I don't know what happened. He just.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
it's probably internet or something.
That I said, nice talking to him, and I'll probably talk to him again soon. So
yeah, he's in I want to say Qatar or someplace. Like he's in a different area. Yeah, he lives and works there. It's just he played in Finland for so long that he's like ingrained in the culture and like wants to help the sport grow. Even though he does actually live in Finland. So yeah, so his internet is kind of up and down out there too. So I guess that's why he's not here. But man, it was good talking to you, as it always is. You know, we like to have our chats. But that's the scoop, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We just did you have anything you wanted to ask or talk about? Because we still have a couple.
No, I mean, I'm just happy you guys wanted to have me on, and it was fun to talk. And I'm sure that we'll continue talking personally too, because I always like to, you know, I think it's always interesting talking to guys who, you know, kind of took a leap of faith and left their home country and are kind of living that expat life, you know, and that's kind of what I've been doing in Germany the last year and a half. So it's always interesting talking to guys and seeing their experiences of, you know, living in another country. Obviously, you know, you've been living here in Finland for a while, so, you know, you obviously love the culture as well.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say It's not about me. It's not about me today, because I can tell y'all some stories, but that we have to get off into a whole other platform. Okay. All right, man. That's the scoop, and we appreciate you coming on, AJ, and Q does appreciate it, even though he had to go apparently.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you another time, man. Take it easy.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day.